Well, hello there. Today we are going to be playing a game that just recently came out, and it is called xDefiant. I'm not sure whether you're just supposed to call it Defiant or xDefiant or whatever, but basically it's like a Ubisoft game that mashes up a bunch of franchises and basically does something a little bit similar to Call of Duty. So like it's a shooter game. And you got your like unlockables, you got like your loadouts, your different classes, and also a bunch of different abilities. So there's like various different factions in the game. And it's kind of interesting because they're from actually different franchises. Like you have Echelon from Splinter Cell, and DedSec from Watch Dogs, and there's Far Cry, and there's Ghost Recon, and also The Division. And you can play characters from those. And each faction gets some like specific abilities. Oh hey, welcome in, Emily. And the thing is that each of these abilities, the game suddenly plays a little bit less like a pure shooter and a bit more like something like, let's say, Valorant. So, there's a bit of variety. And I think we're just gonna be jumping into the welcome playlist so we can play with other players under level 25, because honestly, I really suck at the game. And most competitive shooters, so today you get to experience this game from my POV. How much of a mess it's going to be, basically. I don't know, I've had a really sort of bad day, and my spirits are a bit on the down low, so obviously punishing myself like this makes perfect sense. But I don't know, I think the game itself is well made, and I appreciate what they're going for. I just feel like this is not a kind of game that I could just be a silly goober in and like mess around in. Because even though it only came out very recently, right? And even though people don't have like all of the fancy unlocks and overpowered gear, I'm already getting stepped on quite often. But on the contrary, the actual like map design and the environments and the characters, all of that fits together really, really nicely. And like the stream title mentions Ghost Recon, and the thing is that there used to be this one Ghost Recon online game. It was completely free as well. And I really freaking liked that game. Now, of course, they did kind of shut it off, which is what often happens with these games. Oh, hey, Polly. Thank you for the sub. And like, they shut down the other Ghost Recon game, and I really like the idea behind it. And so now I can kind of relive some of that.
Occupy. Marking the objective and pushing coordinates to your offset.
Except, I don't know, maybe it's gonna go well, maybe it won't. We will have to wait and see. Also, I will kind of try to slightly boost the audio. I don't quite know what a good volume would be for this game. Yeah, this should be fine.
We're locking down the zone.
Twitch or Stream Elements is a bit confused about the dates. Oh no. Honestly, I am glad to have you here regardless of how long it's been. Okay, so you just saw me popping one of the abilities, which basically enables a radar that lets me see through walls. This game has like developer supported aimbots. Well, no, okay, not aimbots, wall hacks. Yes. And none of the abilities feel like particularly overpowered. Some people can pop down like a shield that's gonna get rid of some of the fire that's directed at you. Other times, there's gonna be a bit of spotting, there's like Molotovs and other stuff. Also, for some reason, it's making my computer melt. I might have to cap the frame rate again. For some reason, the CPU is really struggling. What the frick? Okay. Thing is, this game... No! My CPU is still melting. What the frick? This is crazy. What? Like, I'm looking at the stats and it's over like 90% loaded. Okay, 40 frames? Okay, something is going very wrong with the computer. I played some of the game like off stream and it felt mostly okay. But all of a sudden when I try streaming it, even though I have like the GPU encoder and everything, it struggles way more. I don't know why. What the frick? And this makes playing it even harder.
Capture zone is moving. Sending new location to your OPSAT now. Capture zone contested.
GPU issue or something. Thing is, the GPU is like 80% loaded, but all of a sudden the CPU went up to like 90%. I have no idea why that would happen. Now, I can also just make the game like super cinematic and play at 30 FPS, but in a competitive shooter game, I don't foresee that going all that well. Damn. I feel like I'm not gonna be bullied just by the game, as much as like also technical difficulties and things just never working out. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna open the task manager and have a look at what's causing the issues. No, it's literally like xDefiant eating up most of my CPU. Now, some of it goes to OBS as well, but for the most part, this should actually just work. And it doesn't. Vanguard sabotage. Oh no. Now, on the bright side, I did kind of underclock my CPU just a little bit, with the idea being that it's not going to generate as much heat, and I'll actually be able to not swap out for like the new CPU cooler just yet.
Allies on the zone. You need to work on that explosive ordnance.
Oh yeah, you can also react to, you know, getting bonked and stuff, so literally just a little sad reply. This is what all games need, the ability to just send emojis to your opponents, for real, for real. Another thing that's extremely annoying is that once you get a gun, you don't really get anything but the iron sights for it. Like, I can't put a red dot on this. So, I have to gain some experience with this particular gun before I can actually, like, put some decent sights on it. Because aiming matters a lot. Like, maybe not with the AK, because it shoots fairly quickly and you're probably going to be using it at close range. But there's also, like, some machine guns and stuff that will probably show up that are really, really freaking hard to play with the iron sights. Oh well. Now, I will try locking the FPS to 30 frames, because currently the game also has like an insane input lag.
Capture zone contested.
Did I just... Oh, I just broke RTSS, I think. Oh no.
Zone under assault.
There we go.
Capture zone is
30
moving.
frames per second. If this doesn't fix the CPU, then nothing will. Now, this mode, we just need to like capture zones. So it's like a streamlined version of some of like Battlefield modes like Conquest or whatever. Oh, someone's invisible. Hey, got him. Wow. Okay, the CPU is a little bit better, but only at 30 frames per second, which is really not a good compromise. And like, I can turn the graphics settings down. I can't really do that for the CPU. Okay, time for a different loadout. So there's quite a few different guns, and you can go to each gun and customize it if you want. So by default, the machine gun that you get has some of the most funky sights. Let me show you. No, upon the next respawn, I guess.
We're locking down the zone.
Oh yeah, and what you say about the unlock system is pretty much true. You will end up grinding like 1 or 2 weapons that you really want to use, instead of just messing around with what you like.
Loadout updated.
On the other hand, if you really find just a gun that you like and want to play that one and nothing else, you can also do that.
Allies on the zone.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of verticality in the maps as well.
Capture zone is moving.
Oh, someone just used their fancy ability. Yoink.
They can run, but hiding might be a problem.
Oh, hey Jude. Yeah, a bit of a surprise stream. I kinda just wanted to suffer, because honestly, the game itself is lovely, but it is a competitive multiplayer shooter, and those are just pain. I don't know. I feel like maybe with friends this would be a bit more fun, but as it currently stands, it's a mess. Especially because I am playing at 30 FPS, because otherwise it does melt my CPU. And most of the graphics are already on low, so I'm just trying to kind of get anything done over here. Stream Motortown. Yes, honestly, when I feel better, okay. Today I just want to struggle a little bit. And also just kinda, I don't know, play the game a little bit. I might play it with all of you off stream, but I don't think I will have the willpower to stream this when I want to be happy. Which is honestly me with like Call of Duty as well. Oh yeah, but okay. Silver linings, not only the maps are really freaking nice, right? Like ripped out of different Ubisoft games for real. But also all of the guns just look nice. There isn't like an insane variety of guns, but the ones that are here are very sort of like usable and feel good to play, you know?
Loadout updated.
And you know, the modes are fine, the attachments are fine.
We're locking down the
I had some issues like yesterday actually getting in the game, but other than that, it was pretty good, right? A fairly streamlined experience. For an arcade shooter, I'd say that they're doing things pretty well. It does remind me of Call of Duty, like a whole bunch. Oh, you want to try your hand at 3D modeling. Honestly, that is super cool. Just, you know, hope that the Blender UI doesn't kick your butt. I occasionally try to make some like simple assets for a little game that I'm working on, but holy frick, the Blender UI, it's gotten way better over the years, but it's still very sort of like an interesting experience. That said, don't let that discourage you. Or maybe even a different program, whatever you want. Get in there and have some fun. Also yeah, 10 kills, 16 deaths. At 30 FPS I will take that. Oh yeah, and you can also, you know, give commendations to your teammates. That's kinda cool. There's also voice chat in the actual game, but I kinda disable that. I'm not in a very social mood today. But also 3D modeling, not really for you. I mean, yes, it's not for everyone, but at the same time, okay. In like 3D modeling, there's a bunch of different disciplines that go in there, right? You have the actual creation of the model and like the topology, and then there's also animation and also like texture work and just so many different things like, oh frick. Oh, by the way, yeah, there's like a battle pass thing. I don't really have it, I don't think. Yeah, purchase battle pass. I think not. A little witch cup. Jude, you should someday totally stream Blender. That's like, you know, good stream content. For real, for real. voice training or programming or something else. I mean, honestly, as long as you have the free time, do whatever you feel like doing at any given time. That's probably not the most serious advice, but then again, you're not trying to learn C++ in one go either. You just look at what you feel like doing, look at what you can do, and try to find an intersection there, you know? So honestly, watching like a tutorial and making one of those fancy donuts in Blender, that sounds like a good time. Next Jude stream, will it blend? Wow. But also, yeah, look at the freaking environment design. This is like something out of the old like Unreal Tournament games. For real, for real.
Rolling on the target.
Okay, let's go with the shotgun. Why not? And the thing is that we can, like, upgrade each of the guns if we play, like, a few matches with each, and then we typically get a nice set of sights as the first unlock.
Escort. Package located. That thing needs to go nowhere.
Rust is too based for you to do, see. I mean, Rust is similarly complex. It's just the more, I guess, safe language to work with. And it also has a lot of hype going for it, you know? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Like, you can make custom loadouts. And the thing about the custom ones is that you don't get as many attachments as you get with the preset ones. So typically you'd pick a built-in like default loadout that has the sort of gun that you actually want to use. And then just try to use the gun that you're given to unlock as much stuff as you can. Like, look, if I go from the custom loadouts to the preset ones, and I pick the shotgun, I get a bunch of attachments off the bat. Like, there's a front grip and stuff. Yeah, a foregrip. And that's kind of cool. So, most of the guns won't be, like, completely useless from the get-go. Oh, frick, the shield's gone. How the frick did they take out the shield in one shot? That's insane.
Package inbound to checkpoint. Intercept.
So, the music's probably fine.
Enemies past the checkpoint. Take them out.
Yoink.
Tango down.
Hey, we got someone with a nade. Hello, welcome in. I'm not having the best of days, but I figured that I'd have a look at this game, because for what it's worth, it actually seems like well made, you know? And it's free. I guess a lot of people, for a variety of reasons, are a little bit squeamish when it comes to Ubisoft, and that's perfectly fair. But when a game is good, a game is good. Oh, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Hey, I hope that you're having a lovely day. Well, I get bonked by opponent team. I feel like I'm gonna need to use my 2 brain cells to like actually get some kills with the shotgun, because a lot of the games a lot of the guns in the game are actually like fully auto, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage here. I need to like lurk around the corners or something and be sneaky. Or just use the shield. But I don't really have much of like range. I could tag someone with like a grenade and then try to get them from behind or whatever. Oh, that's a sniper. You can actually see the scope glare. The problem there is that, you know, kind of one hit.
Pick yourself up and punch back. Take out all the hostiles. Stop their pack.
Thank you for the kind words.
They're almost to the delivery zone.
Okay, I need a different gun. This is not working. Maybe an SMG. Oh right, we're switching sides now because they got to the objective. This is like a regular escort mode where you know, you have a payload and you can push it back and all that other stuff. Oh, I see. Thank you for the offer, but not really. Also, I think some streamers are super angry about like solicitation. I personally don't mind, it's just that I do streaming as something, you know, in the off time. Plus, also, I am very, very freaking broke right now. No, thank you. I'll pass. Also, that is bot behavior. Yeah, when someone's like, then, you know.
They made it to the delivery zone last time. We gotta do the same, but fast.
I don't know, if it's a real person trying to kind of get the word out, then you know, it's okay, but a lot of people just use bots and automate that sort of stuff, and I don't know. I know that a lot of streamer friends are kind of angry about that and say that it feels kind of scummy, which I guess it is, because in a sense it's like fake engagement. I personally don't mind that much, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. People just have like a template and they kind of post it around the place. And I don't quite vibe with that. Hey, see, the SMG is actually better, regardless of the frame rate. But actually, if I was like someone who's actually trying to make, you know, some money off of doing work like that, I don't really know how I'd reach out to people. How is she able to talk and play? As you can see, badly. I am barely doing something that qualifies as English, and at the same time, this gameplay isn't exactly great. Yoink. Drone. Hello. Yeah, I can't. See, 2 kills and 10 deaths. Now you know what it feels like to be me. Especially with a bad frame rate. I will cry at y'all. Oh frick, I get like a red dot sight for my pistol. Now, I still can't hit anything with it, but that is kind of cool. Don't look at scoreboard. Honestly, me in most games, but I played Valorant with y'all like yesterday, I think, and I got so very, very freaking tilted. Like, we were up against a team, for, you know, those that weren't there, that were really freaking good. And I got like 1 kill and 12 deaths in like a full-length Valorant game. And at like the very last round, I straight up just didn't feel like even trying, because I knew what the outcome would be. And that's why... I think I've made a whole freaking video about this before. That's why competitive games do feel very demotivating for me. Oh yeah, I don't have super high ping now. I kind of have like some CPU issues and stuff. Wait, maybe it's Pretzel. Maybe I just need to kill the music. Wait. I can't even tab out of the game, what the frick? Frick off. Yeah. Okay, I have bonked Pretzel. Maybe that's gonna give me some CPU back. I can't open the game anymore! What the bullying. This is bullying.
5.
Game won't open.
3, 2.
This game seems fun, I'm gonna download it. I have to close the game because like I can't tab back into it anymore. And they're trying to sell me their season pass in the launcher. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. Okay, we can try with like the in-game music instead of like Pretzel running in the background. That could free up the CPU very, very slightly, and that might be enough. I don't know. Also, I'm gonna close like the Twitch dashboard on my computer. And maybe get rid of like 20 to 30 Firefox tabs, you know? Just to give the computer a better fighting chance. Oh, hey, Wanai. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm being bullied by the xDefiant game. Oh wait, I launched the game and OBS isn't even showing it yet. Okay. I think it might be the issue with like Rivet Tuner, where if I launch, you know, like a game while Rivet Tuner is active, it won't really show the actual game. Read before playing. Okay, yes, but can I capture the game, please? xDefiant. Boop. Please? No? Oh no. Blanket background. That's all we're getting this stream. Because Ubisoft said no. Ubisoft? More like Gonbisoft. God damn it. Yeah, it does not work. I am trying to relaunch it now. Nope. It's stuck in a loading screen. Okay. Most fighter games is really taking turns playing the game. Oh yeah, so basically your argument is that things get a little bit imbalanced. That is true. Except that in my case, it's not as much a matter of like taking turns and having good days or bad days, as it is me just straight up not having good aim. And that's it. Like, for example, Dark Souls, okay? Dark Souls is a very hard game that a lot of people still regard highly because it is a very well-made game. And like I have played Dark Souls, I have had my moments of frustration and I've also had some success, but I am not good enough to ever actually finish the game or even get that far into the game. So I just reach a point where the game is just like torture and it's no longer enjoyable in any way or form. It just so happens that most shooter games are not very good to begin with in that regard and are also just very frustrating off the bat. Oh, someone had the username you wanted. But hey, the game capture is working again, mostly. I'm gonna need to re-enable Rivet Tuner. Just so I can limit the FPS, because I don't think this is gonna work well with 60. But yeah. Thing is that, you know, competitive games, I am just not good enough to enjoy them. And like in Valorant, if I get maybe like the bronze rank or whatever, or like iron, I already am bronze, but like if I get down to iron, maybe then it would be a little bit better. Also, yeah, honestly, Celeste. Celeste is a very lovely game with a nice story and everything, but I tried playing it on like a keyboard and mouse setup, which a lot of people advise against. They're like, hey, if you're gonna play Celeste, you better use a controller, right? And I didn't really do that, and I had a predictably bad time, and it was so frustrating I couldn't really enjoy it. Okay, let's try getting into a game again. Maybe this time the CPU won't melt. Maybe I do need to like put in the new CPU cooler and overclock the whole PC. That could just be better, you know? Like running at 4.2 gigahertz or something. Yeah. Except, I always have this sort of fear that if I take a computer apart and I put in a new cooler and everything, that it's gonna just freaking melt, you know? Oh, Arena. Oh, well? Okay, let's get into it. It's gonna be a little bit awkward, I guess, because we don't really have the pretzel music. But hey, Jude is gonna add something in post. Surely. Oh, the CPU isn't melting. Okay, I can increase the frame rate to, let's say, 45. Okay, so good, so far so good. 60 maybe?
Domination. A game of move it or lose it.
Yeah, domination. Wow. Oh, hey, it's running at 60 FPS. And it's a stable 60. Hey, yo.
Dominate 'em. Friendly's moving on zone C.
Okay, the CPU is at like 90%. I will melt the freaking computer. Who even needs stress testing? Just play games by Ubisoft.
Setting prompt.
Gank. Oh, I have flashbangs. That's kind of cool.
I'm dying here.
I'm dying here. Like a New York accent. Except instead of talking about walking here, it's dying here. Oh no.
On zone C. Burn 'em out. Capture zone contested.
Okay, the CPU is sometimes a bit overwhelmed, but it is better than before. I suspect that the pretzel music was what kind of got in the way there. That's a bit odd, but oh well. Like, the pretzel desktop application, it's just like a what was it called? Electron, right? It's like a website that's packaged inside of a desktop application. So it runs a full browser just for that one app. And it kind of loves to eat resources, apparently. I don't really know what's so difficult about playing back a bunch of, like, MP3s, basically, but good for them.
Capturing zone B.
I'm in bad shape. Got that nade
Gank.
you requested.
Oh, frick. Oh, hydrate! I actually have some tea today. It has black tea with caramel flavor, and that is really lovely.
Capture zone contested.
Always overwhelmed. Honestly, that's kind of a mood. I have these sort of episodes where everything that would normally be something that I can shrug off just becomes very, like, crazy difficult and overwhelming and frustrating. And I kind of recently had that, and I really do not vibe with the cases when that just happens. It just feels like everything about life is so very not nice. And I'm very lucky in life to have some friends who care about me and who can make that a little bit more tolerable. But that is still very challenging to deal with. That's a lot of hydration! You just hoard games. I mean, some people are basically data hoarders. Because, you know, storage is kind of cheap. That's kind of cool. I also have like a terabyte drive just for games. Except that it's an old school like HDD. Instead of being one of those modern speedy SSDs. So the loading speeds in most games are a little bit on the high side.
Burn 'em out. Trespassers on
But also, hey, we've largely fixed the issue with the CPU usage. We just restarted the game and boom, I can play at 60 FPS. Which is lovely, because I do slightly better at that frame rate. Well, sometimes.
Allies capturing zone B.
You can see all the people lurking. That's nice, Jude. Yoink. Oh no, they went for the melee. Oh, I can hear footsteps. Hello?
Zone up for grabs.
How many of those games you actually play? I mean, it depends on the person, right? Some people just don't like downloading a bunch of stuff. In my case, I just have most of the sort of chill and nice games I enjoy installed at any moment.
Our guys are going for B.
And I, for example, often like uninstall and reinstall Valorant because I can only play that game with friends most of the time. Okay.
Rip-rap on A. Zone up for
Oh, that's so bad. I have no aim. Drink as much as you want. Ew. Honestly, at this point, I drink way too much. You know, like tea. Because tea is like straight up the best drink. Even better than energy drink, for real, for real.
We're claiming A. Look out the bag. C's got enemies.
I wonder if I could lie down. Probably can't.
Crew's in the lead. We got it.
Meow meow. Holy frick, this SMG is actually pretty good.
In case there's any confusion,
133 Steam games. That's a lot. I mean, I have like 500, but some of those are free. And the thing is that, okay, like not every game runs on Linux, so clearly the solution I need is to get more games, so I have games to play in the hypothetical case I switch to Linux as like my main operating system, you know? Can never have too many games, therefore.
go burn those germs. Bad guys are moving on B. Zone up for grab.
Yoink.
Grenade out.
Actually, now kind of want to upgrade the MP5. So I can get like good sights for it. This would be really nice with like red dot sights on it. For real, for real.
Finish line in sight.
Yoink.
Cruising to a big win.
Oh yeah, and there's also like music cues that like the music gets louder the closer you are to winning. That's kind of cool. Their guns seem to do more damage. Welcome to playing an FPS game as Chrissy. I have like a pea shooter and they have freaking shotguns that snipe me across the map. For real, for real. Hey, I got the level up. Yeah.
Look out.
The only thing is that like the levels that I have are separate from the gun levels.
Win for me too. Not to get poetical. We're claiming A.
The music gets hyped for you. Yeah. Here's overtime music. Oh no. But hey, I captured a bunch of zones. Yeah. Still not a positive KDR, but that was like a little bit better than previously. Oh yeah, also after the match, you should be able to have like a look at the unlock progress. It shows you how much closer you are to getting the next unlocks on every gun that you use the actual round. That's kind of cool. Yeah. See, we can go to weapons and boom, we are pretty close to getting those sights. Now, the thing is that the unlocks for the guns, they're basically almost all the same for every gun. Like, you get the same types of, like, silencers and barrels and foregrips and all that other stuff. But, you know, they do change slightly how the gun works, so it's all good. Oh yeah, and once you finish a match, it's just gonna throw you into the next one, so you have very little in the way of like downtime. Oh yeah, and you unlock some guns in the form of like missions or challenges that you have to complete, right? So overall, it's a pretty streamlined experience. I feel like in a while, whenever people want to just play a game where you shoot something without getting too invested in the game, this will be a pretty good choice. See, like a map from Far Cry, basically. That is really cool. I don't think I've seen that many games do sort of crossovers where you have not only like character models, but entire maps.
Let's get it.
Okay, let's play sort of like a healer. and with the SMG. Oh yeah, games that make you do dailies and stuff. I actually kind of messed up with War Thunder recently, where they give you little awards every day when you log in, and the longer you have like consistent ones, the sort of better the rewards get. And I had a streak of like 70 or 80 days, well, almost every day. And I forgore. I just straight up forgore. And you know, that was kind of a bummer. Because like you know, they kind of reset everything, and I don't get as fancy stuff. Am I playing as you? Yes, Jude. Sorry for getting you shot so many times. I can't really help it. Also, honestly, this feels so much like Modern Warfare 2 from like back in the day. I remember playing that game in multiplayer. It was a fairly hectic experience, for real, for real. Hmm. 7 hours to download the game. I mean, the download is like 30 gigs, which isn't insane, but also isn't like the smallest game ever. For the amount of content that's in here, I think it's okay. I don't know. Yoink. This is very much a game where you need to aim down the sights. Like, shooting while not being like sighted in is just like setting yourself up for missing every shot. Oh, for grenade. Oh, another grenade. Okay, gamers. Meow. Now the time to kill is relatively short. Maybe a little bit longer than I remember in like other similar games. But still, it's a very sort of fast-paced game where you will expect to respawn a lot. It's not like Valorant where you'd just be all like tactical and stuff. Gank. Refreshing. Oh no. Sea of Thieves, 100 gigs. Honestly, I wanted to play that game with some friends because it looked really nice, but I just never got Sea of Thieves. Because it was expensive and the download seemed huge and everything. I typically play games like when they're on a discount or whatever, you know? Oh yeah, this person has a shield on. They block like a bunch of damage, right? And that means that they can distract the enemies, and we can take them out. Yay, teamwork. Wow. Now, they can also melee, I think. But, you know, it's very rare that you can melee in a game like this. It's very fast-paced. Wow. Oh no, I got killed by Prigozhin. Oh frick. I feel like guns have very sort of defined ranges. Like with an SMG you won't be scoring hits from like across the whole map. I don't know. Yoink. Get healed. Yeah. Oh yeah, Arma! Except that Arma is almost like a platform instead of just a game. There are so many like custom game modes and servers.
Capturing.
GTA, yeah, GTA 5 was also like a pretty huge download. There's no way I could fit Warzone even if I tried though. Warzone is just, you know, a little bit too crazy. Arma I can still sometimes install and play. Because there's like this mode called Altis Life, which is like a roleplay server where you can be like a citizen or like a rebel and do jobs and earn money. And oh my gosh, that is such a cool mode. Except people always just shoot you and take off your stuff. So it has the same problem of being an online game where people just enjoy being gremlins. And the private servers, like where people actually take things seriously, you know, you'd have to become a part of a community. And if that's not there, then like the public servers will just be full of gremlins. And I don't really enjoy that. I don't know. But like still, the mode itself is very, very freaking cool. There's nothing like it out there. Where the frick are we being shot from? Damn, okay. What the f— okay, someone just pushed us. Oh, frick, that person got a kill with the shield. That is so cool, damn. Oh yeah, Anti-Stasi. Was that the one where you were like rebels and you were trying to take over the island bit by bit, fighting against the bigger military? Yeah, that is kind of cool. Also, back in Arma 2 days, well, I got in when Arma 2 was like towards its end of life, right? But like in the Arma 2 days, there was this sort of mode called Domination, where you would get like a military base, and you'd gradually try to take over the whole island, and if you did well, you'd get points and you could spawn like tanks and stuff. That was really nice. Okay, I think the shotgun will probably be pretty good for getting assists, but not much more than that. Unless we can get custom ammo. Like, imagine slugs. Yeah, slugs are really cool. Although I don't think that will be the case. I don't know. Doesn't the game give you custom ammo? Doesn't feel like it would. I could just try to play this like a modern military shooter and sneak around. Just gonna slice the pie. Yeah. And breach all the corners and take like 15 minutes to get to the middle of the map just to get bonked by someone jump shotting me. For real, for real. Heal. Okay, I don't think I'm advancing the shotgun anytime soon. Holy frick. Yeah, I'm about to play it like Ready or Not. Oh, frick, did I get someone with... yeah, nades. Wow. If I had like a flashbang, I could probably blind them and run up. Surely. Why is the shotgun so hard to use? I need like a full auto shotgun. For real, for real. Yoink. Like I'm doing my best here, for real. I need to go around. I think this is exactly the same sort of issue I had with BattleBit, where most of the loadouts and playstyles just don't work for me. Because like if someone has crazy aim and they can just rush in and get a bunch of frags, I can't just do that. It doesn't work that way. My brain is too slow and my hand-eye coordination won't let me get those epic no-scopes, you know? Maybe I should just play with a controller, because this game does have crossplay. And also if you plug in a controller, you just get aim assist. However, I don't think this would fix it, because I would still be up against people using keyboards and mice. And I would kind of have an advantage still. Like, look, no damage whatsoever. I'm gonna be angry. Sometimes aim, sometimes brain, and neither. Honestly, same. Oh, I got one. Frick, that was one. That was my first shotgun kill in the whole game. Shotgun, more like miss gun.
Protect the zone. Securing the zone.
I don't know. I could just try playing smart and just flanking, you know? Going around. Or I can actually switch to the Echelon class, which has like a invisibility cloak, basically. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the cheer, Orca. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, wait, we're about to win. Heck yeah. No thanks to me, but you know what? I'll take it. But like, okay, we could switch to Echelon and get the ghillie suit, and that would let us be actually sneaky. Except the cooldowns are pretty big. Yay, Chrissy Gaming. Except I suck at this game. I was feeling very dumb, so I decided to play the game because it came out recently and it's actually well made. Despite the fact that, you know, it's difficult for me. It's really freaking hard. But if you're someone who enjoys fast-paced shooters like this, and like you have a semblance of being able to aim, this could be kind of a cool game for you to enjoy. For real, for real.
Capture zone moving. Updating coordinates.
Okay, I'm gonna go around
Zone under assault.
and try to use the cloak. Boom, invisible. Wow.
Engaging camo.
Oh, they had the same idea, but we kind of won. So, you know, onwards. Wow. Oh, they have a little smiley in their name. Objective. We like people who play the objective. Yay. Also, there's someone just running in the background. Like, what? Huh? They vibing. Actually, this game also lets me play as a healer. That's kind of cool. Except that I don't think healers are super useful. That's Orca back there. Yay. I think I'll play a little bit more of the game, you know? I kind of want to get some of the actual unlocks so I can have like a fancy gun with a bunch of stuff hanging off of it. Oh, we're almost to the sights. We just need to use the SMG more. We are making no progress with the shotgun. I'm not using this. But hey, yeah, another match with the SMG and we can put fancy stuff on it. Also, I kind of do wonder how many game modes there even are. Because when you pick the playlist you want to play, there's a bunch to choose from, right? Yay. I just haven't like actually went through all of them. Maybe someday. But also, yeah, see, this is what happens when I try to use a shotgun. Nothing good. And we still somehow won though. Real. Kinda wish I could run some music in the background, but this game is too CPU demanding. Oh yeah, also Polly, I hope you have fun with Valorant. Have a lovely day. Meow meow. We're gonna go for like the wall hacks. Okay, so this is like an escort mission again. Except that we are on the defense. Oh yeah, and you can actually see people starting to unlock like the AKs or various like attachments for the rifles. I think that's like the default preset loadout actually. But the AK is the first rifle you do unlock. Oh, there's a pirate ship in the background. Honestly, cool map design. Feels like, I don't know, like a movie set or something. Or like a carnival. For real, for real. Oh, and the CPU is once again melting. That's very weird.
The package must not reach the delivery zone.
Apparently, sometimes the game just decides to eat my CPU for no reason. And I have to limit the frame rate a whole bunch just so the game itself would work. I don't get it. Why? Is there like a runaway process inside of the game, like almost like a memory leak, but for like background processes, or what's up? Because this basically means that after the round starts and I play like maybe a game or two, it's gonna be fine. But if I play any longer, it's just gonna get like unplayably difficult. Because I will have to limit the frame rate if I ever want to stream it. Kind of a bummer. Not gonna lie. Can I increase the frame rate? Yeah, I can. That's very confusing. I don't know.
Active camo. Scanning for hostiles.
Target down.
There we go. And given enough time, we are actually gonna start pushing the payload back. But we do need to hold it for a bit. So right now we're just gonna struggle for control over it. Gink. I might need a proper rifle for this range. Oh, that's a shield. I can't do anything against that.
Scanning for hostiles. Going dark.
Gink.
This is a rough op, but you're a pro. You'll bounce back.
You're a pro, you'll bounce back. I think not. I'll be considering uninstalling this after the stream. Very much not my type of game, not gonna lie. I don't know.
Grenade out.
Oh wait, we got the retreat going. This basically means that if we stick with the target, we can push them back. Yay!
Active camo.
Very, very slowly.
Eliminate the hostiles so they can't advance the package.
What if I hide back here?
Can anyone prepare?
Well, I got someone, that's fine.
Gathering intel.
Posture check. Okay, I'm not gonna sit like a gremlin. Actually, I have like 2 different chairs, and one is for work, which is super freaking comfy. Yee. But also the other lets me sit like a little gremlin, so I also vibe with that very much. Oh hey, yeah, we finally got the level, which means that on like respawn, I can put some actual sights on this gun. Yay. Oh, no one here. Okay, so what we do, we just go to our like custom preset and edit it, and I won't have any of the other fancy attachments I get, but I will be able to slap some sights on the gun, you know? So there's like barrels and various like rails and stuff, well, rail attachments and grips and everything else, right? But for now, the custom sights are good enough.
Loadout updated.
Because look, it's suddenly like a completely different sight picture, and it's way easier to like actually line up shots this way.
Fine. Hostiles cleared a checkpoint. Not good.
We are defending pretty well, actually. They've only made it through like 27-ish%. Yay.
ammo.
Oh, there's a lot of players. Luckily, the wall hacks really help, you know? For real, for real. Someone was like, hey, what if we take cheats and just like put them in the game? Damn. Oh, wait, this is like an Egyptian area. That is pretty. I don't know. I know it's supposed to be like just a sort of a theme park thing, but it's still well made. Like, you can just tell that people who did the environments really knew what they were doing. They look nice.
I see you.
Think.
Gathering intel.
Frag out.
Yeah, headshot. Wow. Another kill. Yeah. I don't even know what that noise was, but you know what? I vibe with it. I don't have the big mags, but still.
Enemies nearing checkpoint.
Could switch to the AK, really. Yeah.
Loadout updated. Package retrieving.
This is a slightly weird AK though, because this one doesn't have like the rear dust cover thing. I'm not sure why they went with that. Feels like a sort of a Tarkov ripoff, you know? Because it's not like the gun needs the cover, it just looks a little bit goofy without it. Like look at the gun. I don't know. Silly gun.
Ultra ready for deployment.
But still pretty effective.
Gathering intel.
Oh no, they're pushing up. With a
Echelon
pistol.
agent activated sonar
Damn.
goggles.
This could actually be one of the rare cases where like a rifle makes sense. Because there was quite a bit of like open ground there. Oh, the sights didn't load in. Okay, damn. Can I move up a little bit? Wow. You know, I hate when I'm a sniper out in the field and my gun scope just doesn't load in. For real, for real.
Grenades away.
Swapping mags.
Okay, this is difficult. How do people even snipe in like fast-paced games? I don't get it. Feels like you'd need to take like 50 shots and like one of them would land. Like, see, okay, that's a friendly, but that would have landed. Okay, that did land. Freaking point-blank sniper rifle, why not?
I'm detecting our sonar tech in enemy hands.
Okay, that also landed. My odds are slightly better today, I don't know. Oh, they're pushing the side. Okay, that's not good.
Scanning for hostiles.
Going. I wonder if there's enough space for me to snipe here. Nope. Oh yeah, we also have like a marksman rifle.
Loadout updated.
That one's like a middle ground between actually sniping and you know, being a bit up close.
5, 4,
Like this.
3, 2.
Oh, our little robo doggo just fell over. Well, I mean, it's theirs, so, you
We're
know,
on the
good
attack
job.
now. Push the package.
How are we supposed to attack? I don't know. I just go with the ghillie suit. Also, it's kind of cool that there's like no limited team composition. If literally everyone wanted to go with shields, I think you could actually just straight up do that. And that's kind of nice. Also, yeah, this gun also by default doesn't have any sort of like red dot sight or scope or anything, but the iron sights actually make sense. Like in contrast to the machine gun, you can actually use these ones. Like damn, you know? Kinda happy. For real, for real.
Hostiles fell short of the delivery zone. I'm sending a progress point to your OPSAT. That's our current objective.
Going. Best I kind of stick back. I don't really have enough ammo to spray with this though. That's kind of a bummer, like I am not hitting a lot. Although when I do hit, I should do like a bunch of damage.
Engaging camo.
Okay, let's run up. That was very poorly chosen. Frick. Well, not the end of the world though. The cooldown for the camo is like 20-ish seconds, so we're good, we're good.
Can anyone provide first aid?
Nearing checkpoint.
Yoink.
Hostile suppressed.
Oh hey, this gun actually isn't that bad. It's just that, you know, sight's a bit tricky. And also I rate the fire. If I had good aim, I feel like this would be a very good choice. Statistically, some of those should have hit.
Active camo.
Oh, like an open area. Oh, they saw me. Frick. I feel like this is the kind of gun that you would play a little bit like off stream until you get the decent sights, and then you basically come back to it a bit later. Otherwise, it's very much like the shotgun, and just, you know, struggling.
Changing mag.
Got that napalm.
Okay, we're going for something different.
Accompany the package. Keep it moving. Loadout updated.
There we go. Like, the machine gun has the same issue, or without like a proper sight, it's kind of difficult to use. But now, it should be a little bit better. Provided we get a little bit lucky, you know?
You're down, but never out.
Never mind.
You got this.
I am... Oh hey, I actually have 18 kills somehow. Maybe I should stick with my team instead. Because like, then the opponents don't have as clear of a target and there's like just a bunch of people for them to shoot at. That makes more sense actually. Now the good thing about the machine gun is that you can spray just like that, and you don't have to worry about running out of ammo. You can cover a whole area. The bad news is that neither the rate of fire is great, nor, you know, like, I guess the accuracy or whatever. But hey, sometimes it works.
Active camo.
Closing on checkpoint. Rogue Echelon agent activated sonar goggles.
Also, you do have ultimate abilities. I just almost never get them.
Loadout updated.
Let's just go with the default M4. A lot of people actually seem to be having a lot of luck with this setup. Go figure. Oh, like a shield. Okay. What am I supposed to do against that?
Active camo.
Tango dispatch. Heads up. I'm detecting out.
That was like the 5.7 pistol. Oh no. That's actually, wait, isn't that like the signature like Sam Fisher gun?
Package is flipping back.
Yay.
Not much time left, agent. Hide less, run more.
Hide less, run more. How about no? I'm actually gonna go and hide just because of that. Yoink. Oh, and there's like skulls and everything. Damn, okay. Fire's looking a bit goofy. Oh, and you have like rats. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's spooky.
4.
That feels like a reference to like Clive Barker's Undying, sort of.
You're off your game, agent.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? I think this is it for me today. Had kind of a look at the game. Really cool game. I can't play games like this. Like, I'm not good at them. They're very sort of frustrating. I feel like someone else could really enjoy this game a lot. So, you know, I hope y'all have a lovely day. And if the game itself feels kind of interesting, then have a look at it. Aside from that, I guess I will see you in another stream or video. Take care and bye.